from this section here all the way to that section. I'll walk through it. But then I have this ugly ass piece here. It's concreted here, and it's a waterfall. And it's dead space. This whole thing's just a dead space. But it's got these giant rocks, all those rocks. There's all this concrete. This useless little piece. From here to there, it's useless. This is all useless. So all of this, I don't know if I'm gonna start from here or I'll start from there. But all this has to come out. The first thing is I got a ton of bricks that I got to remove. I piled them up nice and neat, as far away as I could. And then I started taking away all these rocks, boulders, and started pulling out the bigger rocks. And that's taking a bit, but I'm slowly getting progress. I got this wheelbarrow. This Husky didn't last me for long as far as that project. Definitely don't recommend that two-wheel Husky. It's all plastic and it sucks. I went ahead and started taking off the entire thing in the bottom as well, as far as the rocks, the concrete, that small little bird bath thing. I think I'm going to start digging in more because there's additional part of concrete, but I'm not going to dig in too deep. All right, so all this is gone. This was where underneath there was a little waterfall, kind of. I was gonna say pond, but it wasn't that big. It was just like a little, tiny little bath there, like a bird bath style. And it was like a little waterfall that came from there all the way down underneath the bridge, and it just kind of puddled up here. That's done. So I think tomorrow I'm gonna build that road. It's gonna come from there all the way straight, right across that, and I'll be able to fill this up, and I have dirt right there. It's just straight up gonna fill that. And I'll be able to run another strip here, so it's gonna be first floor, that intermediate right there for right now, and I'll fill up all this and break up all that concrete there. This is gonna go from that corner underneath there. I'll be able to mow it straight down, all those rocks there and all that. It's all gonna be gone, and I'll probably put it right there. So yeah, my work was a bit slow on taking out all this concrete, but I wound up taking it all out. Once I took it out, I concentrated on the bigger rocks, and I started stacking up the bigger rocks. In a portion in the middle, I'm eventually going to have to move the rocks again. But as long as I get them out of the way and I can get this portion cleaned up, that's where I've been stacking up the rocks. They're not going to stay there like all the time, but I need them to be gone from here because this where the yellow is highlighted, that's exactly how I want the actual grass to be flowing. Another spot that I did, I kind of lined it up so you can see it in green. The grass is definitely going to go from one side to the other side. As far as the elevation, I want the elevation to be similar to the same height of the actual grass that I already have. Obviously, my main concern is the concrete now. So I'm going to start working on this concrete. It looks really good, but it's really heavy. Also, it takes a sledgehammer to take it out, but I'm done with the concrete and it is looking amazing. The last thing that I ran as far as this section, it's going to be this actual small tree. The roots themselves, especially if it's been there for a while, it's going to have a bigger root pattern than most other smaller trees. Smaller trees don't have as much roots as this, but this one was a pain in the ass, but I got it out. I'm walking through this section. Everything's leveled out. I want it to be the same level. To the left right there, you see those big rocks. They have additional dirt that makes it another level. I'm going to take all that out. I took out the concrete already. It looks really clean with that. I'm just getting to this tree trunk right here. It's a pain, but I'm definitely going to get it. I'm going to actually jump inside of it. It's about maybe 3 or 4 feet deep. It kind of looks like it's about the same height, but most definitely the network of roots is pretty deep. But this tree trunk is definitely coming out. This whole section, I'll clear it out. And this is actually me standing in there without the actual tree trunk. I took it out, whatever I could dry out or get ready for a fire, small fire pit. I went ahead and started burning it off. I think this is the only one. It's holding this in there. Yeah, that's the bottom right there. After that, this thing's done. Yeah. Just gotta cut this down to pieces, like more manageable pieces. So I went ahead and I cut it into smaller, more manageable pieces. Whatever I could burn off, I burned off. I cleared off the area, and I started to put the extra dirt back in. This is what it looks like when you put everything back in. It's pretty flush. I still need to add more dirt to it. So it's kind of, there's a slope here, there's another slope here, and this is like all wonky, and there was nothing there. It's just kind of down, and there used to be a little waterfall there, but that's going to be all gone. And once I clear this out, then I can work on getting rid of those rocks and those rocks, and hopefully I can pull some of that dirt and fill it in here so it's back in fill. So I put it over there, then I'm going to pull it from there and then bring it back here and fill this out. Definitely not going to have this, and it's going to be a nice little way in. This guy, I was debating. It's huge. I don't think I can move it. I mean, I tried, but whatever. And been finding these guys. They're a pain to dig out, and they're heavy. So I got one more to dig out, take out this whole concrete out. And these are sharp. I've been snagging them with my foot. I almost tripped a little while ago with one of these, but they got nails and screws coming out of them, so kind of annoying. But I think I'm gonna finish this one. And then I got a ton of dirt that I got to bring up here to kind of even this out, so it can be even, like that grass all the way straight. Well, that's the plan. But yeah. And that's the wife. Dinner? Okay, cool. Yeah, so I guess I got saved by the bell because it's dinner time. So this section, to say the least, it's really messy. I don't like the way it looks like right now. Also, I snagged this water line. I ripped it up, so now I got to replace it. I had to find out where it was leaking from, and once I did, which is there, I cut it up with my shovel a couple times. Now I'm going to replace the line and carry on with this actual project, because that's what happens when you're actually trying to fix something. You're going to break sometimes a line or something like that. And now that I fixed it, back to the work. I said I was going to remove these rocks. I started taking all the stones out, everything there. All that vegetation, all that is coming out. Now I'm reusing all the dirt, and it's going to backfill this one section. As I continue to backfill, I'm going to be using those stones and stacking them nice and neatly, as neat as I can, at another spot, until I'm able to reuse them and start making that wall. So it's going to be cut and fill. So I'm going to cut this section here, fill out the other section, and blend it and level it out. Once I level it out, continue taking out more stones. I'll reuse some of those stones again in order for me to get the height that I want and the actual level that I want. And I'll continue to do that until I run out of actual dirt or I don't have any more. And when I'm out of this dirt, I have to level it out, clean it out, and restart the process again. So everything is looking like it is. It's pretty messy, I'm not gonna lie, but I have a vision. I know that once I raise the level on the actual wall right there, I'm gonna actually need more dirt. Once I take this concrete out, I'm gonna need more dirt to fill in to between those cracks where the actual concrete is at. because there's not going to be anything there, and the grass is going to run straight through. This one little bridge here, it's going to be fairly easy. All it is nailed onto the actual 2x4s. I took them out. I took the 2x4s, the 4x4s that were holding everything, and I stacked it nice and neat on the actual backside of my storage. I really like the way this retaining wall is coming out. It's really nice. It's holding up to the actual dirt that I'm adding. Also finding these concrete 4x4 holders. I'm pulling them out. As I pull it out, I level it out, and it's looking really nice. My steps are actually matching. I'm adding another step, and then I'm adding more dirt, and I'm packing it in, slowly packing everything in, and it is just looking 100 times better than it was before. Most definitely, I like the way it looks. I think the grass is going to be an amazing addition to my house. So today's looks like it's going to be like most likely the last day of summer or in between. So I went ahead and dropped plenty of seed, and that's it. This is just like the last step. Most of the concrete, it's already been growing. In between here, this used to be concrete as well. It's all pretty much grown. I added more seed right there. And I'm just gonna let it do its thing. If I need to even it out or add more dirt or anything like that, I'll do that eventually, but it's fairly flush. My walk is all the way straight into here, and kind of divots. I did that on purpose so I can bring my mow here, mow this section here. No lifting, nothing, just walking. And I'll be able to go right through here. And this all has seed as well. I gotta eventually dig this out and get that outlet. I wanna just stand it here, but that's for another day. And I'll clean this out as I go, but I have all the way through, be able to go up and mow that. When I'm done, I'll be able to get out there, continue mowing into the front yard without any stopping in between. Before, I had to drag my mower up the steps, kind of barely drag it in there, and then go back up, drag it to the top, and then drag it back down. Now it'll be like easier transitions, but that's it.